Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to just bring this in my group just to share some information with you guys. Hopefully, you guys are having a productive day so far. I just want to give you some brief information. If a question was posed about income taxes, so I'm going to give you two sets of information to look into. If you have issues with student loans and you're getting a offset on your taxes because of student loans, and if you have an issue with just owing the IRS personal income tax information. If you have, because I had experienced this myself, issues with the IRS, and you have received an intent to levy or a notice of deficiency, on those forms, there is a procedure. You have 30 days to file for a CPD, I believe, the collection due process hearing. And that's what I went for myself. Certain hearings that you apply for, because it's the IRS have their own system of doing things, but you do have a right to appeal certain actions that's due to you. It's just like a regular bill that's owed. They are under the U.S. tax court too, so they're not just supposed to do certain things and garnish you and you don't have rights. So it's the collection appeals procedures, okay? So you do have certain rights, even if you have a notice of an intent to levy, even if they took your tax returns, you can file a form within 30 days to fight that decision. And you will have to read the publication that they send you, and they'll name the form, and you must send it to the address that they tell you on that form. So you can apply for a collection due process hearing, okay? And you could get your money back potentially. Also talk to, I'm not a tax accountant. I'm just giving you information, from my experience. So this is for educational purposes. So talk to your accountant and ask them about that, okay? I had experiences with that. If you get a notice of deficiency, which should only come after you have a audit. So I had an experience. They sent me a notice of deficiency, but they never gave me an audit. They shouldn't be sending out a notice of deficiency unless you had an audit. So I was able to appeal, and they actually put a hold on my bank account at that time, and I was able to call that night and talk to the right person and let them know that was a violation of my actual rights. So you do have rights even with the IRS, but you want to make sure that you maintain that right to take it to the U.S. tax court. And they have different tax courts, and a judge can oversee it, because a lot of times the IRS is like everybody else. They don't want to pay these agents more than 8 hours. So certain amounts, like under $20,000, they really don't want to kind of give you your rights under the law. So everybody is dealing with time. They don't want to pay for manpower hours. So you can look into that, you guys. So just make sure you read that form that they send you, and you have a right to appeal. Also, when it comes down to student loan debt, if you have or know you're going to have a tax offset because of your student loans, you need to consider calling your student loan company and looking into student loan rehabilitation. Now, that's a program where you could pay as little as $5. It's based on your income to rehabilitate that loan and get it out of default. Now, with the student loan rehabilitation, in order to stop the offset, you're supposed to be in that program from 6 to 9 months. But what you can do is talk to your accountant and see if it's possible for you to get an extension or try to file your taxes later on in the year. Now, if you owe money back to the IRS, you do supposed to file your taxes before April 15th. But if you are supposed to get a refund, you don't have to technically file it at that exact time. Like I said, talk to your accountant. I have plenty of times, filed my taxes a year later on, because I knew I didn't owe money, but that applied for people who owes money. You definitely need to file it before April 15th. But sit down and talk to your tax accountant, because if you can start to rehabilitate your student loan, you would not be garnished your IRS refund. But you have to get in before that, from 6 to 9 months. So it might cause you to talk to your accountant to see if it's possible to, file your taxes after that time frame, after 6 months. So it is January, maybe in July. So talk to your accountant about that, you guys. So I'm getting a lot of questions in that category. If you feel this information is helpful to your friends and family, I know this is usually not my realm of information, but if anybody is also interested in joining our group where we give information like this, it's a quick guide on how to boost your credit. And I also mostly give tips on how to stop collections, increase your credit score. So if you think this information will help someone that you know that are having issues with the IRS, or get looking to get a tax offset, please share the video. I hope you guys have a great day. Be blessed. God bless.